Well, hello, my friends, and if you hadn't noticed it by now, yeah, it's time for the talk. And I hadn't done this in a while, but since a lot has been going on, I think now is a good time to talk about what has been going on in my personal life and my somewhat professional life. So, let's begin with what has been going on. Well, for the most part, as of late, if you notice on the channel, I've been doing a lot of RPGs, and if not that, then I've been doing Game of Thrones and whatnot, and really, I've been doing a lot of stuff from Samurai Warriors to Jump Force to Tolkien and everything else in between. That and stuff, personal stuff that I have to do on a somewhat daily basis. As far as getting myself established is concerned, it has been really exhausting. So I'm not going to apologize for being exhausted, for one thing. For one of the things I have been really just kind of not been doing lately has been like recording. I have been recording lately because I've been very much exhausted from Friday. Friday, I had a doctor's appointment, and let me talk about that for a moment. So, this whole month has been nothing short of me going to my therapy appointments, to a Patreon seminar, and recently, my doctor's appointment. It's all been good because basically, trying to get myself established as far as my disability is concerned and everything. And as far as, getting myself a part-time job, as far as that is concerned, whatever that is. I'm trying to work in anything that I can do that doesn't pertain to exhausting myself to a point where I don't want to be technically a burden when that happens. It's all about pacing yourself, really. So, last time I remember when I went to my January appointment is right after I had the procedure of having a step put in. And for the most part, that has happened. That really just had to adjust to things, had to really recalibrate my body, as it were. So from then on, it's been a time. And with all that has been going on, it's just more likely I take better care of myself. That's all. And I never mentioned what happened at the doctor's appointment last Friday. So here it is. I went to the bungalows for my cardio appointment. Took me a while because I think what happened was my ride that did show up kind of showed up a bit late. Not a passenger and all. And during the time that I got there, I said, well, I'm here. Here's who I am. Here's my ID and all that good stuff. They took my vitals. My vitals look good. You know, I'm still 6'3", still 231 pounds. Of course, you would never realize it by looking at me. So the doctor spoke to me about how I've been faring. Excuse the yawning. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning, borderline 4 o'clock. So by the time I put this up, it'll most likely be later on today. So as of late, I've had a bit of chest pains, mainly through unneeded stress and anxiety. And it's not what I've been doing that has caused this. It's just the situation that has been growing within the household has made things very much a bit uncomfortable for me. So I told the doctor about it. He said, well, the only thing you can do is, and the same thing my therapists have told me, the one thing you have to do is just get out of the house, take a walk, you know, get some exercise, and everything should be fine. So what I did earlier last night, like around 5, again, y'all excuse the yawning because, like I said, I took a long walk last night, so that really just knocked the wind out of me. And of course, after the doctor's appointment, my body has just been like in this relaxed state. So as far as that is concerned, technically, I had to take better care of myself. You know, I had to continue taking my medicine twice a day. That means I take certain medicine once a day, and other medicine I take twice a day. One of the medicines I do take, it's a night medicine. And from what I'm looking at, I got quite a few days of it left. And basically, the good thing is it's only going to last for 1 year. They're just, just making sure that what I take is in my system, that keeps the blood going, and, my heart as well. Everything is moving the way it should be as far as internally is concerned. That also means I have to also make my own meals. As far as that concerned, I said, that's fine. I said, because one thing is for sure. I'm at the point where my life should be considered priority. I'm almost 40 years old. So therefore, my life has to be considered a priority at this rate. If it hasn't been, it is considered priority 1. So that means, yeah, okay, old man's still around. That's good. But I don't have to take care of him. Because the thing is, I had to take care of myself. I mean, as I told many people during my journeys, going to my appointments and whatnot, I'm a voice actor. I've been a voice actor for about a decade. I've been doing Let's Plays for YouTube for about almost 10 years. So I've been doing voice acting for about 10 years. And now, I will soon become a professional voice actor. I don't know how soon, but I have been I have been actually taking lessons, doing different voices. And it's a funny thing because, I've been, when you do Let's Plays, you provide voice to the story and the characters and whatnot. And regardless of people not liking it or they do like it or whatever, the point is you get into this certain level of comfort that you can do these voices, and it doesn't bother you one bit while you're doing these voices. So to me, I'm doing said voices, no matter how strange and goofy they are. To some people, they find it very enjoyable. To others, they don't know what the hell imagination is. And for some reason, I personally branched out, and I basically said, I'm a Let's Player on YouTube. I've actually said that. I'm actually a Let's Player on YouTube. People find that fascinating because they never heard of what a Let's Player is. And I told older people this. I mean, younger people kind of know because, new age. They, oh, yeah, well, are you PewDiePie? Are you HC Bailey? No. I'm none of those guys, okay? It's like I watched, the last movie I watched was DC Cab. It's pretty funny, and the jokes are semi-racist, but, to quote one, and don't take it the wrong way, but to quote one of the cabbies on there, I ain't no white bread chicken shit. No, seriously, no, I'm really not. Yeah, I ain't no white bread chicken shit. He was called. He was, one of the cabbies there was calling this trainee basically, basically just that. You're chicken shit. You're not taking the plunge. You're not doing this A B C D F G. And for anybody who feels they've been offended, grow the fuck up. Anyway, no, I'm not one of those guys. Okay, because really, in person, I'm very respectable. And it's like this. I don't yell, and even my friends, my friends online, sometimes they are witness to this, but sometimes when I yell, it's basically just like, dude, you don't know how to do A B C D F G. That's the only time. Hi, phone. Anyway, my phone making its presence felt as I see emails. 3 emails that don't make no damn sense. It always is, emails that makes no damn sense. And it is. Anyway. Let me say a few things about, what's been going on as far as YouTube is concerned. Okay, first off, I don't care about the adpocalypse. Let's get one thing straight. Alright, I never have nor actually cared for all these people who've been wanting to basically just say, oh, we're I said, first and foremost, if you're worried about it, that's fine. You can be worried about it. Me, I can't be worried about that. It's chicken scratch compared to what I gotta deal with in real life. You know, I'm not as great as all them other YouTubers out there. Nor do I want to be as great as all them other YouTubers out there. I'm within the range of where all my friends are. I'm basically small potatoes. Okay? It's like I got about 6,000 videos or so. I have not checked. When was the last time I actually checked? I've never checked how many videos I've actually surpassed since the last Let's Play I've ever done. But I do manage to make a log of how many games I've beaten, what is on the list, and what is going to happen to be added to said list. And like I said, I got more important things than to worry about what's happening to YouTube. Like for one, as I mentioned before, I am a soon to be professional voice actor. For the last year, I've actually started taking voice acting lessons since 2018. I forget when I started doing I forgot when I started taking up voice acting lessons, but for the last couple of I think since, I mean, it's been a while, but you know, I've been taking up voice acting lessons, and basically I've enjoyed them. Because for me, it just brings out another side of me, which basically I don't show enough of. Personally, I like it. Because not only am I an author, but I'm establishing myself as an artist of some sort. So that means, oh hey, not only am I an author, a let's player, but also a voice actor. So that means, oh hey, triple threat. That means a lot of things will most likely be opening up for me. That possibly means I probably won't have to worry, pretty much. That's all I have to say. I pretty much won't have to worry. Because at this rate, I can only go up from here. I've been putting in hours for stories and roles and such lines, and I basically had to teach myself to go faster, to do a line within say 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and just go boom, 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 boom. Just go in a certain speed. Make sure you're articulate enough to take in every single voice every single syllable, every single word that you're doing. It's like boom, 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 boom. Just like that. And what people don't know is I put a lot of pride, a lot of work into what I do. Whether it's me doing a novel or an audiobook, Whether I'm doing a Let's Play or vlog like this, whether I'm just around people, I show only the good side of myself, just basically the side that people deem enjoyable about me. This is what it means personally to be what a Tenkaichi is. You show the best side of you. That's why I hold that name in high regard. That's the reason why I call myself the Tenkaichi. I want to show the best. Not prove that I'm the best, but I want to show that there is a way to aim for the best you can possibly become. And yeah, I talk about my friends sometimes. I mean, they're good people. Awkward sometimes, but they're good people. And most times, I try to support them as much as they would try to support me. Keyword is try. And I'm not even saying that much. It's like, well, I'm basically the guy that listens to them talk. Sometimes, we do have conversations, but most times it's usually quiet after, we get to a certain point at night, and all of a sudden, okay, we go off our separate ways. Poof, bye. Until next weekend. That's basically it. That's just funny, though. It's just basically, I know people can worry about A, B, C, D, F, G. They can worry about so many different things. But I can't afford to worry. I gotta make whatever I can make count. Whatever talents are being used, I'm bringing them out as best as I possibly can. And the problem with what I'm seeing from this generation is that even as I'm doing, videos and whatnot, and I'm watching other videos, and, you still got the smartasses out there, and they basically chip away at something. Like, for instance, I was watching a long play video of a Gundam slash Galaxian crossover. And, people were just making jokes of it and whatnot, and I had to mention this, and I said, well, that's the problem with this generation. I said, you can make fun of it. Like, many people will make fun of, Jump Force is a terrible game. I said, well, no, it's not really a terrible game. I said, it's actually a better quality than the last game that was like that, which was Dragon Ball Xenoverse. You look at Jump Force, compare that to Dragon Ball Xenoverse, it's a lot better than Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Because, oh hey, you can actually lock on to your target. You can actually rush your target. You can do so many things that technically, after you make your character, you have to get used to your character. You have to get used to everything about your character. The fighting style. The characters that you ally yourself with. The movesets. How the enemy fights. You gotta basically you have to really be thinking with that game. It's not just button mash fighting game. It's basically more like, Okay, this guy is gonna throw something at you. Oh, you can sidestep. Oh, you can rush. Oh, you can chase. Oh, you can do this. You can counter. You can do A, B, C, D, F, G. Oh, you can blow this person right the hell up and back just by doing, say, this move and this move and this move and this move. You gotta be on your feet. Most people don't like, you know, certain games because it's like, oh, it's a cash grab. I'm like, I said, let's see. You're comparing one series to, say, what, a supposed AAA game. I said, let me tell you. I said, let's see. If you're talking about Namco Bandai, I said Namco has been in the business for a long ass time. So has Bandai. The smartest thing they ever done was combine, and all they have been doing has been nothing short of amazing. They have been. They were just as good as Square and Enix. By themselves, they were amazing. Squaresoft and Enix. By themselves, they were amazing. But you put them together, they can make some awesome titles. They might be hit or miss more likely of the time, but they make some really good titles. It's like in the world of business, you have to understand, okay, if you're a consumer, you're playing video games. Okay, so my thing is this. Why would you bitch and whine about, a successful business? People fear, we're going to have another crash and we're going to have this and we're going to have that. I'm like, I said, as far as the internet is concerned, I said, the only problem that YouTube just needs to do is just basically if they basically quit monetization and went back to where it used to be, to where you basically made your videos. You were rewarded for making long. You were rewarded for actually doing said videos. You never had strike. You never was basically causing anything bad on the network. You were awarded what? More time. Now let's say I've been around this place for like 10 or so years. Let's see. I remember when I started doing videos on this channel, it was like 2010. 2010. I remember I used to do gameplay videos. Then I moved up to doing Let's Plays. And then after I've done Let's Plays, every so often I would do reviews. But my reviews weren't just video games. It was mostly anything that interested me. And at the same time, would probably interest you. If you are interested. If you, the viewer, are interested in knowing about more about this. Even sometimes I would get requests about movies, anime, games, books. Very few times about books. But still, I would cover things and I would just tell it like it is. When I do reviews, I tell it like it is. I don't oversaturate the product with character. I don't. It's like basically the product. If you're selling a product, sell the product, but don't overdo it when you're trying to sell the product. You're kind of shooting yourself in the proverbial foot if you do that. Me, I don't like to do that. I like to leave it up to you, the viewer, the general populace. And, if you want to check it out for yourself, hey, check it out for yourself. Try if you like it. If you don't, you don't. Your taste may vary, not mileage. For me, it's taste. Yes. Anyway, yeah. for me, it's taste, because everybody has a certain level of taste that they said that most people just tend to want to go with. And I think the problem with this generation is just that. It's like, okay, you don't like this. Okay. It's fine that you don't like it, but don't go about insulting the very company that has been making these titles for years upon years upon years, and they haven't gone out of business. That's the good thing. They have not been going out of business. There have been some companies out there that have been going out of business for quite a while, and that's only because of bad business transactions. I mean, look at KB. KB's out of business because of bad business transactions. Same with Toys R Us. Same thing with any other company that used to exist, any other store brand that used to exist, is all bad business transactions. And then there's good business transactions. What they did, what they did to thrive. Look at Hudson Soft. Hudson has been around since pretty much the 80s. And they've been all over the place. They've been all over the place because they had shooters. If not shooters, they had Bomberman. If not Bomberman, Adventure Island, Dino Ricky. They had so many games that basically, oh hey, they could last for a good while. And what happened? Konami saved their business. So now they're still running because of Konami. And maybe people might say, fuck Konami. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Y'all can continue to say that, but look, it saved one business because they had to. I mean, if Hudson Soft did not do what they did, despite the fact that a bit of their product is going to suffer, but in the long run, it helped them to survive, then, it's worth it. To me, that's what it's all about. You can't always make good. You can't always be good. There has to be a bit of bad sometimes. You have to mess up somewhere. But the only thing you can't do is just live on that alone. And just say, oh, hey, I messed up. Okay, so you messed up. Big deal. It's the same thing with my situation with my family. Okay, so you're getting older, so what? At least you have your life. You're still living, right? You're still eating, right? You're still taking your medicine, right? Somebody is taking care of you, right? The only thing you need to do is stop feeling sorry for yourself, get off your ass, and walk around. Probably get outside. Probably talk to the people that are still around. I've watched plenty of commercials with older people, and they're still living. And the funny thing is, Cocoon is probably one of the most inspiring movies about older people. If not that, batteries not included. If not that, I don't know what else. Probably fried green tomatoes too. But anything considering that, oh hey, just because you're old doesn't mean, you can't do anything anymore. It only means one thing. You can still do it. You're just going to have to be doing it at a slower pace. And the one thing the old man is slowly learning, and he's going to have to learn, is Nobody's stopping him from living. Nobody is stopping him from getting up, going outside, take a whiff of fresh air, get some sunshine, talk to people, walk around for a tiny bit, eat when you're supposed to eat. There's the other stuff like making the bed, don't worry about that. But the most important thing is you live. That's the most important thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's what I'm doing. I'm making sure that I don't get stale. Why I do videos? Because for the main reason, I don't want to get stale. Why I listen to other videos sometimes? Because mainly, I take for instance one person that I kind of listen to that kind of beats himself up too much. Too much is big. Big Faye plus my friend in our little co-op group. If you ever seen his videos, mainly he dabbles in horror and other strange oddities. Kind of like not the opposite, but in the same department I'm in, but I don't deal in horror. Horror is something like I basically say nah, because it doesn't really scare me. I'd rather play something that I could basically knock the shit out of. Oh, it's scary? Give me a hammer. Give me a gun. Give me something. I will break the living hell out of that thing. Give me something. Just give me something I can hack, slash, and mow down with. I said, "Oh, you want horror? See me when I'm in my dark mode. Oh yeah, that's true horror." I can even scare my friends just because I can be very, very disturbing when I really want to be. But that's another thing. A whole nother side of me you definitely do not want to know about. Because my friends have seen it. They know about it. They don't ever want to speak of what my dark side can do. Anyway, aside from that, what I was saying is that a guy like him, he's a good guy. He works hard. But every so often on his videos, he usually puts himself down, says he's a moron, he's an idiot, he's this, he's that, he's this. I'm like, every time and it's still funny to this day, but I would consider if I were to make a Patreon, I'll make a Patreon for him. It's like, please support this man. This man keeps saying he's a moron, he's an idiot, he's a dingus, he's a Google bear, he's whatever. Yet he tries too hard to do something you're not supposed to do. So don't overdo it. You're overdoing what you're supposed to be enjoying. If you don't like the game, why are you still playing it? It's basically, there's sometimes I had to ask I often want to ask the question, if you're whining and complaining about the game, why are you still playing it? Please, answer me that. It's just as bad as reading comments from trolls who say, well, I don't like your videos. I'm like, you know what? I don't like your face. I don't like your mama. I don't like your family. There have been some people in the past. I've had people jump on my videos and they will say, your voice is good. I could say, yeah, you know what? And you know how old this video is? And do you think I care? You don't know me? I've been doing this longer than you probably have. If I were to take a look at your content, if I were to look at your channel, let me see. I have, say, over 1,000 subs versus whatever you got. Oh, hey, you got only 2. Let me see. Your content, whatever the hell this is, your content is so terrible. Even it would put anybody to shame as it should. It would put MB to shame at this rate. I mean, he makes videos too when he finds time, but goddamn, it's like I said you got Crayon Shin Chan quality of of videos, and that's like Kusoge right there. Like that's straight up Kuso right there, Kusame, yeah, that anime, Kusame, shit anime. So it's like I said, what am I looking at? This is Kusame, right? This is this is shit. This isn't even high quality shit, but this is basically Crayon Shin Chan levels of shit. But as I stated, there are people out there that are probably in worse state. It's about the same thing as where we are as a nation. It's like we don't like this. Well, let me see. Do something about it. We're too busy picking and poking on the little things that aren't as important, like the so-called celebrities and shit, or the latest movies that come out and whatnot. We're worried about YouTube, and I'm like, okay, first off, if you're on YouTube, change it up. Change up change up your content. It's like I play video games. I play RPGs. I play 95% of my channel are basically RPGs. Whether they are known or not so known, basically, it is what it is. I do enjoy RPGs. They're like books to me. And sometimes I do get burnout on RPGs. Sometimes I have to switch up on what I'm playing. And that's okay. Because usually that's what the PS4 is for. When I need to really switch up on what I'm playing, oh hey, let me just take out Tales of Vesperia. Okay, let me put in let's say Sonic Forces. Okay, there we go. Oh, you know what? Let me see. I feel like shooting things. Oh, let me take out Sonic Forces and put in Ages of Mayhem. Or maybe Dark Rose Valkyrie. Either way, I'm doing something. I'm playing something different. Oh, do I feel like beating up on some demons? Let me put in some Token in. There we go. But the point is, I'm switching it up. And most likely, I'm basically not keeping myself still. I'm always trying to keep what I do on my channel as fresh as possible. Sometimes if I don't feel like East, if I don't feel like showing East, I feel like showing Arc. If I don't feel like showing Arc, I'll show off Tokinet. If I don't feel like showing off Tokinet, I'll show some Yakuza. If I don't feel like showing off some Yakuza, I feel like showing off some Fist and North Star. I feel like showing off whatever I feel like recording. And you know what? I'm enjoying myself as I'm recording, regardless of what it is that I'm recording. Whether it's an old game or it's a new game or something in between the two, whether it's a fan translated game or a cult classic or whatnot, I'm enjoying myself. That's the problem that most people just don't realize. Whatever you do, you put your best out there. It's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting my best out there just so other people can see. Oh hey. We're going back to, me being a voice actor. Oh hey. We haven't heard this guy before. you know, get the people talking. And the more you get, the more people get to know about who you are, the more of a reputation you're going to grow. More of a good reputation you're going to grow. And who knows? I said, I said, from one of the things I've heard, and the last person who told me this, Sheena told me this one time when we had a conversation. She said, it'd be nice if you were to work in an anime. I said, you know what? That would be cool. I wouldn't mind if my voice was featured in an anime. If it was in a dub. I would not mind. That would be awesome. I said that'd be one of my goals in mind. It's like, as long as I do something with this voice of mine, whatever it is. And my cousin also said, as long as it's not porn, yeah, we'll support you. As long as it's not porn, we'll support you. I said, that's fine. It's the same thing. I'd say this, as long as within the realm of good taste, as I usually like to call it. I'm doing it. If it brings in some capital for me, that's a bonus. And I'm going to spend my capital the way it needs to be spent. And at the same time, wherever it needs to be saved, it's going to be saved. And however it's going to be used for. But for the most part, I'm going to make sure I get my cut. I said, after that? But otherwise, no. I'm basically doing what I'm supposed to be doing. What I should have been doing all those many years ago that I should have been doing. But at least I'm being given that opportunity to do something now. Because let's face it, when I had that heart attack, oh my God, I was so scared. I honestly felt like I was going to die. I honestly felt like I was never going to do anything I would ever enjoy ever again. It's to where I never told my coach, and she's a famous voice actor. Her name by the way is Tracy Fowl. And I never told her this. I never told her that I had a heart attack. Because I didn't want to cause, fear amongst, the populace because, he had a heart attack. Well, he should be careful. I said, I'm already aware of it. The thing is, I said, I'm over it. Things have already been done. That means now that this is going on, the only thing I can do now is just go forward. I said, yeah, so that means I'm going to be taking medicine for the rest of my life. Oh, wow, big whoop. It has been a thing in my family for decades. We all had cardio issues. I thought I would be the one to escape that, but oh well, guess what happened? Stress basically nearly blew my heart out. And upon other things, that's basically the number one thing that pretty much killed my family. Stress. Up to this point anyway. But still, most of my living family from Louisiana, they're still here. And thankfully, I'm glad they're still here. But for the most part, yeah. It really is a thing to know, oh hey, that's the reason why you've been so stressed out and this is what happened. Even the doctors have told me, well, we're keeping an eye on the other artery because, we think, we're not entirely certain, but we think we're not entirely sure, but we think something might happen. Hopefully, we are wrong into thinking that, and hopefully, within the next 6 months, we have something different for you, and hopefully, you have something different for us. So basically, I've been putting myself through a new regimen which I'm going to basically try to keep in doing so often, which is take my medicine earlier, eat when I'm supposed to eat, and make sure I get my nutrients while I'm eating, and at the same time take my medicine when I'm supposed to take my medicine. It's like, okay, I take my medicine in the morning, so I take it in the morning. The first half I take early in the morning. Second half I take when I'm eating, and then I do the same thing for my dinner. And then before I go to bed, I take my night medicine. All in all, within all the therapy that I've been going to, and all the exposure I've been pretty much been giving myself, the good kind of exposure, letting people know who I am and what I do for a living, it and basically trying to spread my influence, my reputation as a good person, that I'm a hard worker, despite the fact that stupid is stupid does sometimes. I'm still making an impact, being a force for good, and making the world a little bit more safer, so that other people can just say, you know what, it's okay. It's okay to be weird. It's okay that, it's okay that, you're not you're not smart. It's okay. You're a good person anyway. We love you anyway, regardless of the fact that you have your personal flaws and whatnot. I mean, that's what it all comes down to. It's all about acceptance. And for me, I accept most of this world has to offer. As long as they don't make a big stink about the little details, it's really okay in my book. I just don't really care much for the shit posting done in social media. I really don't care for that. But anyway, I think that'll be it for this episode of the Tenkai Talk. I don't know where I am on this, but if I am all over the place, I probably have a good reason for talking about it. But for any old reason, I'm glad that February will soon be over with. I will be glad when the weather starts changing, because March will be in this week, this coming weekend, and I will be glad to see March. As I will be glad to know that this weather is changing, because for God's sakes, I would like to put away that friggin' heater. And changes are happening, and I am more welcome to these changes than I don't know what. So with that, I'd say about next week I'll have new some new some new Let's Plays happening. I still got some some footage I need to finish. Probably I have 2, 3, 4 Let's Plays in the reserve for say on here. Oh, by the way, I probably will upgrade to say Windows 10 when I deem it necessary. But I would have to eventually upgrade to Windows 10. Most likely, when I upgrade to Windows 10, I'll be able to run those games I normally couldn't run. But until then, yeah, it is what it is. At least I can run most of what I can run on this rig. So until then, I will see you next time for more whatever I plan to show on my channel. And I hope you do enjoy what I have on said channel, regardless of it being old or new. And if you like any of said videos, please comment, subscribe, share said videos to your friends and your favorite social media outposts, and we'll be glad to see you. So until then, I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkai PI7 Ichigo Musuko, and I shall see you next time with more great content. Enjoy your week, enjoy the videos I post, and I shall see you next time with whatever I feel like posting. So until then, take care, God bless, have a great rest of the week, and Tenkai Musuko.